Sorry about that time there,
Oh,
folks.
no, good.
Had to answer a question from another person in Toronto, but apparently one of the third place do not want to play. So we have Z versus P again. So Chase seemed to do pretty good. Take it away.
Alrighty, up here in the top right, we have our green Protoss. Let me see, I forgot his name already. Enix.
Enix.
Enix, there we go. And down here in the bottom left, we have our Zerg player, normally a Protoss, Chase Akins.
You're undefeated against Master Zergs. TT. What does that mean in this tourney? Who's undefeated?
I think perhaps he was talking about Enix, whom I'd have to look at the bracket. Perhaps he faced some Master Zergs on his way to the finals in this best of 5. Right now we have Chase Akins up 1-0, playing his second race.
Wow, Enix's APM's off the chart, or EPM's off the charts. EPM doesn't matter anymore.
Yep, looks like
their
he starts
APM
out.
is a little.
Yep.
Even his APM is a little high. It's flux, right?
Yep, looks like he starts out the game about the same as me. Just get your 3 binds and then rotate between them because you get bored if you don't.
So now it looks like Zerg did go for hats first versus a pool. I myself, do not like it when Zerg go hats first because that's an easy cannon harass. But also Enix did not scat him as well, so.
Yeah, Enix looks to be hanging back this game and putting down that Nexus, Forge Fast expanding, and looks like we got that drone of Chase coming out. He's going to scout. He's going to see how this wall is set up. Putting down that second pylon. We should see the cannon coming out right about now. If not, this time he's just a little bit late. He comes in, he sees
like
that Nexus.
Chase wants to prevent it for a minute or two.
And there goes the gateway. Should be seeing a cannon fairly quickly here.
And he did the gas trick extractor, probably to get him vision. Although I don't know if he's going to keep it on. We'll see. And the third's coming up for Zerk as well. So they're very similar to what he did in the previous game.
Interesting thing to note about that third is that third can be awfully susceptible to early pressure out of Protoss, especially with those rocks not being down.
True, very true.
He has no gas out, so you know that he's going to have slow lings. So if you do pressure that third, and it looks like he's going to be taking these rocks out right away. So if you pressure that third with Zealots, a lot of times it will fall in this early game.
And still no gas yet for Zerg.
Most times you'll see most Zergs, they're not going to take their gas right around that 6-minute mark.
There's no queens out either, so that's concerning.
It is rather late for these. You may have just forgotten, or maybe he got supply blocked.
There we go.
He did decide to pull those lings out. So those lings took the supply of our queens. And there's our injects.
Gotta slow for the queens though, I think. You don't want your queens out. Now it's getting 2 gas at once. 4 gas.
Yep, and there's that typical 4 gas timing right at 6 minutes. Normally his first 100 minerals will come at there is an interesting choice. He decided to put down a creep tumor instead of inject his hatchery.
Weird.
That is a
Should get
very,
another queen to dedicate to creep. That's usually what I see a lot of Zerg do.
well, he essentially just sacrificed 5 larvae for 1 creep tumor. Normally you wait a little bit before you do that, especially you did it with both queens, so he sacrificed 10 larvae, 10 drones, which is the point of the 3 hatch. You want to get your economy up and running.
Now it does look like Protoss is again on a heavy gateway scenario here. So he's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gates, +1 coming out as well. So it could be a +1 time attack. Also have pollen over here as well, to where the possible 5th of Zerg could be, and another pollen going where the 4th. So
Exactly, and it's important just to note that right now that gateway that warp gate just finished. There is not a lot of defense to this 3rd. There's not a lot of defense to that 2nd. Even more the 2nd. There's nothing at that 2nd. There is a
Zealots are easily going to take out that queen. We have a stalker too.
If he does decent stalker micro, he may take out that spine as well. He's just microing those back, but more zealots coming in. Taking out the Zerglings as they come in. Gonna take down this pylon though. He should have saved this probe.
He did. He's going to put down 2 more pylons over here.
And there they are. You can see those.
Oh, that's another probe. Sorry.
Now the roaches are out. Now he should be able to defend this fairly well. And this is what we talked about, the economy just being too much when we let him go hatch first like this. Although this 3rd is effectively shut down. Chase has basically forgotten about this 3rd.
Yeah, nothing. Well, got a few drones. No, and that queen is rebuilding.
That push did solid damage for Enix, but he needed to have something to build behind it, and here we go. Here we go.
Constantly warping in. He does have +1.
And there's the meta boost though, and he wants to be careful fighting on creep here because this is definitely not his advantage, especially with these 3 spine crawlers. Those rots not being taken out. If he just went to that natural would essentially be done, and there go the rocks. And now he has an easy transition. Spine crawler going down there.
Yeah, this is going to make it harder for Protoss right about now to get up. Now that Zerg's got those rocks out of the way, easy to move his army back and forth. Good creeps, right? See what happens. Looks like Protoss backed off.
Yeah, Protoss definitely is backed off, but he still has those 2 proxy pylons right in the middle there. He gets Observer out anytime soon. He's going to start cleaning up that creep spread that is starting fairly strong. And there's the Observer.
Where is this Twilight so it can go? Okay, it's coming. I was going to say, where the hell is this Twilight? It's 11 minutes in.
And also it's important to notice that he's pushing out here, but behind this push this could be significant damage right here. This could be game-ending damage for
Enix. Do they have speed yet? Oh, they almost do. They will have speed.
They're going to have speed and Caprice here in just or Carapace. Sorry, Carapace in just a minute here.
I think the attack would be better, but we do have Aspire as well, and an Infestation Pit coming out.
That means he should be able to transition pretty much to whatever he wants. Blink is coming out. That 3rd is coming down, but so is the 4th of the Zerg. Right now the Zerg I thought he would push and expand behind that. And it seems he's just happy taking center control of the map, spreading that creep in a straight line straight across the map and expanding.
Now, Zerg's got map control right now. Protoss needs to get it back somehow or get a little bit more of it because Zerg has way too much creep right now. And that's just gives Zerg too much vision.
Right, and right now he not only does he have that vision, but he has a Zelnaga tower. So it's important to note that here comes a decent push. This is going to be a fairly strong push. He's got those immortals in there that are going to make those roaches useless. The zealots in there to take out those zerglings, and wisely that Zerg decides to back off. He sees that army composition and decides that he doesn't want to fight that. He's got those 2 sentries in there. If he can keep those sentries safe, he's going to have good force fields, and he's going to take those Zerglings out in a hurry, and those Immortal will do work on those roaches, but they got speed. He splits those Zergling forces. Things are falling quickly. Let's see if he's not using his blink micro, but he's stutter stepping back. He's using those Zealots to take the damage. And now we're just going to see Roach Wave after
enough force fields, though.
We're going to see Roach Wave after Roach Wave here, but those Immortals are being taken back quickly. It's nice micro. He's definitely doing some serious damage here. He might take out this force. Let's see if he decides. Oh, a nice step back. And now there's going to be a mass of roaches and no blink because he's going to have these infested, or these infestors. And it looks like they have pathogen glands.
Getting Storm. And I think a couple of high temps is warped in, unless he's going to Archon, straight Archon. I thought I saw 2 temps warping.
At this point, it looks like the Zerg player is definitely doing the right thing. He's getting some corruptors out. He's got infestors out. He's making a greater spire. And right now, our Protoss player, he's just getting that Colossus out with the extended thermal lance. So he'll take out those roaches, but he needs to be careful of those corruptors that can do some serious damage to his Colossus.
And he's got 1-1. The Protoss does. Wow, 1 Immortal's got 8 kills. What a baller. And 5 at the other guy.
Right now, though, you can kind of see what that 3 hatch before Pool does. Look at his economy. It's up. It's running. He's got 187 food. He's 67 food ahead of our Protoss player. Now 70 food ahead of our Protoss player, and he's just continuing to pump out the upgrades, the spine crawlers, all the other units that he needs.
Yeah, it's getting pretty deadly right now. Protoss would need another Think Verbo way to either A, get 1 total Colossus and 1 total Immortals, do it that way, or just pump out double. It's either one. He needs another Robo for sure.
And here's where things could get dangerous for this Protoss player. He's going to have 9 spine crawlers on the way. He's got 6 broodlords on the way. He's got all these roaches, all these infestors. His one saving grace is that he doesn't have those corruptors to take out his Colossus. So if he micros these Colossus, right, he's going to do some serious damage to that Zerg army. But the Zerg army, he's going to have the money to pretty much recap as soon as he possibly can. As soon as those roaches die, he's going to be building units again. But that Protoss again, as he's closing that gap, it looks like he's going to try and throw these roaches away. Maybe get himself some more broodlords.
They're 1-1, but they're not going to get anywhere. They'll break 1 gate.
Just taking out those gates.
2 gates.
Those are going to be quickly rebuilt. You can see the Protoss. He does have the units that he needs, but 14 corruptors coming out. Maybe that Zerg just trying to free up some supply, a few more broodlords, and get those corruptors on those Colossus. This is not looking good right now.
Burrow coming up, and weapons level 3 for Protoss as well. And then Stargate. So, doing something a little different.
Probably saw those broodlords, scouted those broodlords, and knows that he needs something to combat that. That fleet beacon coming down too. 4 more broodlords being more.
But Protoss does have a hidden base Zerg doesn't know about, so there is a 4th up for Protoss, in case you didn't notice.
I didn't. That is a very good